It's a massive boost. He's our captain, he's our leader. He's obviously a massive player for Man United and ourselves, and for the whole week I think we kind of counted him out and didn't think he'd be available, but to have him is going to be a big boost. And also Kenny's training this morning, and having him would be massive as well.
Shows the desperation of these players to play for Scotland in this game.
Yeah, it's a qualifier, it's a cap for your country, and I think anyone would do all they can to make themselves available and try and play in games like this.
What's the mood like in the camp?
It's been good. We've had a good week, done a lot of training. The boys look ready. I think it's a big challenge. I think Liechtenstein's a difficult game. It's one which can be difficult. I think they showed in the first game they're not a bad side, and we're going to have to be ready for them.
Will you try and watch the game tonight?
I don't know what we'll do. Obviously it's out of our hands what goes on in that game. You know, I think in football you can only do your job, and we have to focus on what we do on Saturday night.
Gary, how much tension surrounds the game, given what's at stake?
Yeah, there's always tension in football. I think in big games, that's why you play. You want to be part of these big games, and it's about dealing with that tension and turning it into a positive. And I think we've got a lot of players now that play in big games every single week. So I don't think the size of the game is going to be a problem.
Would it be fair to say if you had the likes of Darren Fletcher and Kenny Miller, that would lessen any kind of tension that might surround the game if these quality players are there and fit?
Yeah, I think so. The experience that they bring, I think they've both got over 50 caps, and they'll bring an experience to the team about playing in these games and what you need to win in these games. So that's going to be the important thing, to have these guys available.
You've obviously played in some huge games yourself for Scotland. I think primarily France at Hampden. That was your goal that day. Are you capable of doing that again?
Yeah, I hope so. You always, dream of scoring for your country, and to do it in a big game like that is something special. And once you've done it once, then you want to try and do that again. So hopefully, whether it's me or somebody else is going to have that feeling.
As one of the kind of older, more experienced heads of the team, do you speak to the likes of Barry and Charlie Adam, who've never maybe played in this kind of game before?
Yeah, I think so. I think as you get nearer the game, you once you kind of find out the team and you start to have the build up to the game, that's when you can just put your arm around them and have a quiet word and just let them know what's at stake and what's needed to win. And then on the park, you have to try and be an influence to other players round about you. So I think everyone that's going to be playing will know what's at stake and will know what we need to do to win the match.
What would you expect from Liechtenstein?
I think they'll be a hard working team. They're very difficult to break down. They set up a 4-5-1 which is very organised, and it's going to be a night where we're going to have to pass the ball quickly. We're going to have to be patient, whether it's the first minute or the last minute. We're going to have to keep doing the right things to try and get that goal and try and win the match.
How problematic is it though, Gary? The perception is Scotland should just still beat Liechtenstein.
Yeah, it is. I think that's football these days. People think you should just go out and win, but it doesn't happen like that. It's difficult. A lot of teams are well drilled, well organised now, and you have to be patient to break them down. But we know that if we play well and play at our maximum, then we can beat Liechtenstein and should beat Liechtenstein.
Is it a game we need to kind of grab the scruff of the neck from the very word go?
Yeah, you have to start with a real tempo, a real desire to go and win the game and put them under pressure as much as you can. And like I say, you might not score in that period, but you have to start on the front foot and put them under pressure from the start.
Tonight's game, Gary, do you think realistically Spain have to win that one against the Czech Republic to give us a chance?
You never know. Again, it's out with our control, so whatever happens. We have to make sure that we do our job, and that's winning on Saturday. So obviously we would love Spain to win, and it would put us in a better position, but we can't control that, so we can't concern ourselves too much with it.
If they do, does that give you guys a huge lift going into the game against Liechtenstein?
I think that would, yeah. I think if they win, it gives us a real boost. It puts us in a position that we know we can go into the last game ahead, and it would obviously be great for confidence for tomorrow.
How do you think Spain will approach their final two games?
I think the way they always do, they play good football and they try and win matches, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the pedal. I think whoever plays, whether it's their starting 11 or younger players, you've seen in the under-21s how good their younger players are, so I think whoever they play, wherever they play, I think Spain are a top team that can win games against the very best teams, so I'm sure it'll be a tough game for the Czechs, as it will be for us on Tuesday.
If it is still live for that final game, could you contrast how you think that would be compared to the game that we won in Paris with James McFadden's goal against the French?
I think it would be a bigger achievement to beat Spain. I think the French team were a great side, but I think they were just coming to the end of that great era where they won the World Cup and the Euros. I think this Spanish team are still pretty much at their peak, so I think it would be a bigger achievement to win on Tuesday.